All good. Okay, we're going live. Welcome, Christina. Hello. We are live day 2. What is happening? How are you today?
Hey there, doing well. Good
Awesome.
afternoon, Eastern time.
Oh, that's right. It is afternoon where you are. Still morning here, of course. I'm ready to kick off day 2 here, chatting about store readiness. And looking forward to share all we can about high converting landing page, high converting Shopify store, the elements that go into a high converting Shopify store. And we're just going to kind of chat about that and the pieces that you need in place in order to have a high converting Shopify store. So really excited to share that today.
And what does that mean when you have a high converting Shopify store?
So you want a customer to land on your store, on your sales page, to feel at home. You want them to feel that your store is trustworthy. You want them to see the trust elements on your page. And we're going to cover all of those things today. And then also kind of what to expect, typical store conversions, store conversion percentage. And that way it's good to have context of what to expect and what to achieve. And that way you know whether you're doing poorly or you're doing well.
So a great measuring tool on top of it all.
Exactly. Jason, welcome. Hello, Jason Washington. What is up, my man? Welcome to day 2. Today chatting about high converting stores. And let me... Oh, and hello from Murray, Kentucky. Yes.
Hey.
Right on. Welcome everyone in the group. Welcome everyone on Facebook land. Welcome everyone from YouTube land. We are very excited, very glad to have you here. As always, if you have any questions as we're going through our training today, please don't hesitate to drop a comment in the comment box. We will answer your question and let you know, give you our best response, of course, but also let you know where it fits within our 9-step system to $10,000 per month in 90 days. There's Cecile. Hi, Cecile. How are you? Welcome aboard. Happy to have you. We'll wait just another minute here and let some folks pop in.
I'm not seeing you in the group yet, from my perspective.
Are we not live in the group? Should be in the group here.
Let me refresh.
There you go. While you refresh, I will not do that one. We'll do this one. There we go. So today is launch group day number 2, March 2nd, 2021. And this is going through our system of 10K per month in 90 days without selling the same thing as everyone else, with help and support from those who have been there. Not only been there in the sense of achievement, but been there in the sense of being overwhelmed and confused.
Got it. And I'm seeing the comments here so far. I finally see us in the group. Hi, Cecile. Hi, Maggie. Hi, Steve. Hi, Michael. So just wanted to honor you for showing up and being present today.
Yes. Welcome aboard. Hello to everyone. And feel free to say hi throughout and chime in. We'll go through for about an hour today, probably a little bit less, maybe about 45 or 50 minutes. We'll see. Sometimes I get to rambling. Next thing you know, an hour creeps up on us.
Sharing.
Yep. So yesterday we covered how it works and a bigger mission, and our dual mission of not only serving and growing our own business, but and putting food on the plates for our own families, but also helping another small business here in the United States to help them grow and scale their business, and working with that small business. We're going to go through viral product sourcing tomorrow on day 3 and how we actually find those products and find those vendors. But we find those vendors, and we covered a little bit of that on day 1, where we reach out to an Etsy supplier. So our dual mission is twofold, and we believe that gives us a greater life's purpose and a greater life's mission. And today we're chatting about store readiness and a high converting Shopify store and the elements that go into play. And then tomorrow, we're going to be covering viral product sourcing. And actually, we'll kind of go through our 15-point checklist tomorrow, which most of you have in here, that 15-point checklist on how to find high passion, high margin products on Etsy. If you don't have that 15-point checklist, let us know. We'll get that PDF over to you because that's what we're going to be going through tomorrow. We're going to be going over our Michael Jordan product, our pillar product, as it were, and how that Michael Jordan product becomes the centerpiece for all of our other key players around our team, our upsells and our cross sells.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if anybody took some notes from our previous lives on some interesting vendors that we found. I wonder if anybody jumped on those vendors for great products. I'm just chime in if you did. I'm curious. So we gave you some good leads there.
Yeah, absolutely. Good call, Christina. That's a great call. And I think you could probably find those videos in my profile where we actually found, and we'll go through that tomorrow too. We'll do another exercise and try and, we'll go out and find a viral product. Looks like Nam, hello, welcome, good morning. And I see Facebook user here. Someone does not have the checklist at the moment.
Michael Widger, we'll make sure you get it. Okay, I'll make a note and we'll get it to you today.
Perfect. Yep, we'll post it in the group today so that everybody has that 15-point checklist. Hello. And then as we go through day 4, we're going to be chatting about Facebook ads and Facebook video ads primarily, and the elements that go into a Facebook video ad, our system to create the Facebook ads. Oh, okay. Waiting for Facebook ads. We're chatting about that in just a couple days. And the elements that go into a high converting, high engagement video ad, and then why a video ad is so very important, and then our system to create that video ad. And then day 5 of Facebook ads 2, we're going to chat a little bit more about that, a 2-day event there on Facebook ads.
There's so much to share and to know.
Oh man, yes. And then our actual mastery course, we go even deeper than just 2 days. And day 6, we're going to be chatting about really saturating the market, really saturating, becoming omnipresent with your marketing and your Michael Jordan product on Google and on YouTube, and taking your product out and really expanding its reach. Cecile, I will get you that PDF as well, and we'll post it into the group here, Cecile. Also, I know you're already hopped on board with our mastery program, so you're going to have access to all of these documents and everything that we're covering here today. But we'll get that to you not only in the group, but in an email, and then of course as we move forward in the mastery program. So day 7, day 8, and day 9 Q&A. We are going to just Q&A. And Umair, you're asking, is Pinterest good for e-commerce? Yes, absolutely. And we'll probably cover a bit of that in some of this Q&A in day 7, day 8, and day 9. And if I'm able, I may even bring a friend on who is focused and dedicated on Pinterest for e-commerce. I'll check his availability, and he can come on perhaps for day 7, day 8, or day 9 and just do a little value training in there. We'll see what I can get done for us, because yes, Pinterest is excellent for e-commerce, especially with their new ad platform. And then at the end here, if you've seen value in what we're sharing here and you have an interest to work with us, we'll have there will be a limited time and limited access to come on board with us into our mastery program. And we're going to share some bonuses for those that do decide to take the next step and work more closely with us and go through our system here of our $10,000 in 90 days roadmap profit, $10,000 per month profit, Shopify store roadmap to success. And what we're doing in this mini group is we're actually going and taking elements from our roadmap and training directly from our program. So today we're going to be chatting. Yesterday we chatted about clarity and commitment and the importance of getting clarity on you, on yourself, on your business and your product, and achieving a larger why. Because digging deep and understanding and knowing your why, all the problems that you encounter become nothing but little puzzles to solve. Today we're going to be chatting about conversion optimization and having a high converting Shopify store. So everything that we're training falls right out of our roadmap. So anybody that decides to come into our mastery program at the end when we're making that offer to you, this is our roadmap. And just wanted to share this with you here that what we're sharing in this mini group has structure and has a place within our system. So that being said, let's move on to the actual training of the day. And let me come up here. Is it this one? Nope, not that one. It is here, store readiness. Today we are going to cover number 1, Mech Labs. Raise your hand if anybody has heard of or knows about Mech Labs or has seen maybe the book here, Marketer as Philosopher, by Dr. Flint McLaughlin. This is his book. Actually, this book signed by the good doctor. How about that? Got a signed copy of The Marketer as Philosopher. Wonderful reference, wonderful book. And Mech Labs is a marketing research institute. All they study is digital marketing, conversion elements, soup to nuts, from sales copy to store landing page elements. A phenomenal resource. They used to be known as the Marketing Sherpa. You might be familiar with that name. You probably are on a list. I bet somewhere along the lines you subscribe to their list and you get emails.
How did I do that? It happens.
This is their website here, mechlabs.com, the world's largest research institute dedicated to discovering how people make choices. And so we're just going to cover a small piece of one of their PDFs about the elements, the core elements that go into a high converting landing page. And I'll share that PDF into the group as well. I also encourage anybody watching this just to go to mechlabs.com, get on their lists, see for experience their messaging, their marketing. He has an amazing YouTube channel, really sharing a lot of value in marketing, and how people make choices. So here you go, 150 experiments just on the call to action, alone.
Mm-hmm. And what does that mean to everybody? All those experiments on a call to action means they've done a lot of the heavy lifting. So by saying that they've done a lot of the heavy lifting means you can choose simply which call to actions actually work. It'll save you a lot of money.
That's exactly right. Yeah, all the testing and tweaking and everything that you think that you would have to spend time and money on your store, it's already been done, and they've already tested it, and they have case studies out there for you to take away, learn, and implement rather than having to waste that time and money. Mm-hmm. That's exactly right.
Sharing a shortcut for you.
So Mech Labs, huge resource. Go ahead and check them out. I encourage you to do so. And then next we'll go over a Shopify store conversion checklist. And this is provided by a company called Shopinova, and they're an e-commerce dedicated ads agency. And so I'm going to be sharing their Shopify store conversion checklist. I thought it would be of great value. And then we're going to go over Shoptimize, which is a Shopify theme that I've used on many stores over, and the elements of a Shoptimize theme. And then I wanted to drop a bit of a bonus here, early bonus. that anybody who decided to come in to our mastery program would get a free copy of the Shoptimized theme. And, part of the mastery program, we obviously help you develop your website, develop a high converting website, which is part of our early steps here, conversion optimization. And in our mastery program, we go live every single day and walk you through how to set everything up from store readiness to viral product research all the way out to traffic. But I want everybody that comes into the mastery program to start off on the right foot with the right theme and the theme that I know converts. And so if you decide to take that step when we get there on the next steps, or if you want to reach out and schedule a call, just let us know. We'll hop on a Zoom chat with you, see if it's the right fit for you. If our mastery program is a good fit, then we're happy to extend an invitation to you into our mastery program, and you would get a free copy of the Shoptimized theme, which I think they're selling right now at about $130. So we'll chat about that in just a little bit. And I'm excited to go through. Let's start here at Mech Labs, the 21 psychological elements that power effective web design. So I'll pull up this PDF here. And here we go. So not all of this is necessarily pertains to, an e-commerce landing page, but a lot of it does. A lot of it also pertains to, maybe it's a lead generating page, or maybe it's just an authority page. But each page on a website should have a singular goal, whatever that goal happens to be, whether it's collecting a lead or, collecting an email address, making a sale, having them watch your webinar or registering for a webinar, whatever it happens to be. These are the 21 psychological elements that power that particular page. So you don't just go out and create a page willy-nilly without some sort of action that we want that user to take, right? And so let's just look right here at the structure of this page. And we have to think in our context for e-commerce, what's the action that we want someone to take? We want someone to take the action of adding that product to their cart, ultimately making that purchase decision. Right. And so ultimately the customer journey begins on the ad, the Facebook ad, where they're seeing that ad. And we're going to chat about that, of course, in our Facebook ads section. And that ad needs to be congruent with where they land on the landing page. And so what are the elements of that landing page? Obviously, the messaging has to be congruent. They need to see the same product. And they need to have that same sort of messaging that was from the ad. So what are those elements, and what are the things that we need to have in there? So an e-commerce site, we need to have, nice logo. Companies have nice logos. You have to look good right up front, a nice navigation bar, a powerful headline. That powerful headline associated with that product, which also isn't congruent with the ad. Let's move through here. Let's go connection, the headline, 3 questions, model the what. This is kind of related to, what is the product about, all of the elements about that particular product, the story behind the product, and just kind of chatting right now about the story. What is the what about that product, and how actually when we're chatting about the what's really crucial here, especially when we're sourcing our product from an Etsy vendor, is that there's wonderful story behind a product, and we are able to tell a story around that particular product. I know in one of our videos previously, Christina, we chatted about a video ad about a handmade ring and the story behind that product of how it's made, why it was made, and that emotional connection that comes across when you tell that story of that particular product.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a very strong connection. Like if If you did not see that, I invite you to go back and watch that. But of course, we'll bring that up again. So
Yeah.
very important to make that connection.
Yeah, absolutely. And telling that story, there's so many pages that you see out there, especially in the e-com space. People get so trapped into thinking, oh, it's so easy to add a product from Oberlo. It's so easy to add a product from Zindrop. It's just one click and boom, I have that product on my store. It's very important to have a product description that tells a story that is not just, a picture of that product and, the dimensions, the just the particulars of that product. It's important to tell a story and tell a story of that product in context, and also relate it to your company and your business, so that you're projecting who your business is, so that there's that connection with the person that is the customer. Okay. So let's continue on. We'll go through the why. Why should they buy? Why should they buy now? Maybe you have, there's a limited time offer. It is for a particular event. Maybe there is, a birthday coming up or an engagement coming up. Maybe it's for a wedding, or maybe it's for the birth of a newborn. In our particular case on e-com, the why should they buy now? Why should they take action now? Maybe there's a bulk discount. There's different ways to go about having the why and the because, your value proposition. And your value proposition, what are you bringing? What is separating this product out from all of the other products out there? What is your unique value proposition that is separating this out from all the other options and alternatives out there for that customer? And then, of course, all of the social proof, your testimonials, having strong testimonials. And this is really key in our system, which I think is unique amongst all other systems, is we're able to, by partnering with an Etsy seller, they have wonderful testimonials and wonderful social proof of existing purchasers on their store. And so we're actually able to take testimonials and social proof directly from existing real customers. I know that there are tools and apps out there with Shopify that create fake testimonials and pull testimonials even from AliExpress. And next thing you know, you have testimonials on your site that are in English and in Russian and in French and in all sorts of different languages, which is great if you're selling, maybe worldwide. But think about even landing on an Amazon page. How many times do you see reviews in different languages? I don't think I've ever seen that unless I'm looking at Amazon in that language.
Yeah. Want to be relevant to the market.
Relevant. That's exactly right. So being able to have access to that social proof right out of the gate from actual testimonials, actual buyers of that product. And then what's more is Etsy's done a lot of the hard work. There's actually images associated with that social proof and with those testimonials that we can use. So we want to include, that just as a bit of a recap, we want to include story around the product. We want to include how is our product different from everything else? How does it resonate? Kind of align with our business to make that connection with that customer, and then including the social proof and the testimonials that already exist from existing purchases on Etsy. Also, our why, or our one value proposition of a timeline event, whether it's a wedding or a birth of a newborn or something like that. Let's keep going down. Like, know, and trust. NAM, exactly. Like, know, and trust. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So here, certifications doesn't necessarily pertain to us per se, or client list, not necessarily for ecom. These are for different types of businesses, but awards might come into play if you do have any awards, or reviews. Obviously, we're talking about quantitative facts, not so much. But then here, let me come right down here. I don't know if you can see. Okay. Any additional support? So a chat widget, or something where they can reach a live person, adding more know, like, and trust right then and there that shows that you are a legitimate business. A lot of new stores that come onto the scene. One, the store looks completely discombobulated. There's all sorts of different products from different niches, and it's like looking at the shelf at a Goodwill or a thrift store, or the bric-a-brac at grandma's house, and you have all sorts of different products that are not necessarily cohesive. So somebody lands there, it's like going to the cereal aisle, and there's just so many different types of cereal, right? Well, I don't know what to buy. And I'll jump to my next thought here in a second, but just so that there's something to write down, that a confused mind always says no. A confused mind always says no. If we don't give one clear call to action, one thing that we're selling, one experience, not only on that page, but on different elements of your website, that all psychologically lead a user right down to know, like, and trust you, and to take action on that add to cart, they're going to bounce off.
And that's lost money, lost revenue. You've spent more on ad spend with no result.
That's exactly right. I mean, you're spending money on ads for a user to take a conversion action and make that purchase. When they bounce off, that is lost money. And so having your store ready to convert and having the psychological elements in place is absolutely crucial. So having that a chat widget there for a user to see, so that they know that someone is behind the scenes, that this is an actual business. There are attendants waiting to answer my questions. So very crucial. And it doesn't necessarily show here in any of these checklists, but I will go to, and we'll probably actually chat about this when we move over to the Shoptimize store, but having an 800 number up here adds so much credibility you wouldn't believe. And we actually have a system with it. With our system is that 800 number. I know a lot of us, especially when you first start out, you don't have employees. You don't have necessarily VAs in order to answer that phone. But within our system, we have the ability to, when someone calls in, they hit a recording and then they get a text message right back, and you can actually begin texting with that potential customer right then and there. So that way you're not necessarily overwhelmed with your store. You're busy setting up ads and setting up your store and all that sort of thing, not necessarily have the time to pick up the phone for every single call. We actually have a solution for that, in that it will result in a chat via text.
Mm-hmm. And Aaron, we've got a question that came in, so let me know when you're ready for the question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Allison Camacho said, do you wait to set up your Shopify store until after you've reached out to the Etsy shop you want to work with?
That is a great question. And I would actually begin the Etsy outreach before your Shopify store is set up. And the reason being is you can start that conversation to kind of get your potential vendors in line and set up. Because you're messaging out, and we'll chat about this tomorrow when we go over this piece of outreach to an Etsy vendor. But you're messaging out to them. You don't necessarily have to reveal your store. It's not necessary to do that. So I would begin those conversations first on Etsy. So you don't have to wait till your store is complete. I don't want anybody, I kind of get stuck into the trap of perfectionism, right? Well, my store isn't done yet, so I can't do this thing, right? And we're big believers of imperfect action. So just take action and get the conversation started, and we'll go from there. We'll chat more about this tomorrow and cover that topic a little more in depth.
It's a great question, Allison.
Absolutely. So I'll share this PDF into the group as well. And so you guys will see this. Once again, this is from Mech Labs. Very important PDF. The 21 psychological elements that power effective web design. And once again, just to kind of recap, a confused mind always says no. Your page should have one clear call to action. Ultimately, in e-com, it is to add to cart, make that purchase. We do that through emotional storytelling, know, like, and trust. Think about the customer in mind and these conversion elements of social proof. And looks like another question came in here. Jason, already up and running, but never ran an ad and have been lying dormant due to the Chinese New Year. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, we're going to chat about ads here in the next couple of days. Excited to share our system of ads with you and video ads, and then hopefully get you onto a system where you don't have to worry about the Chinese New Year.
It won't affect you.
Yeah, exactly. Because
better at me.
Yeah, boy, that I've gone through that, Jason, where drop shipping from overseas. So then you've got sales coming in, or maybe like you've had to pause your whole campaigns because you don't want to upset customers, because now not only have they had to wait that 21 days for their product to arrive, they've got to wait a whole nother month. So you either have to pause the campaign or go into rescue mode and alert your customer base that their product's not going to arrive for another so many weeks.
Mm-hmm. And then it'll cost you more.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
We could share some stories here coming up. Probably not today. We don't have time today, but right, Aaron? I think we could.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. 100%. All right. So let's move on. Once again, I'll share that PDF into the group. Let's move on to the Shopify store conversion checklist. And let me open that one up over here. So the Shopify store conversion checklist. And once again, this is a reference from an e-com store or e-com agency, ads agency called Shopanova. And I thought that they did a great job of compiling these questions. And so it'd be great to share here in our group. We have a question here. Is this similar to a funnel, but through Shopify? Yes, very similar to a funnel, both, regardless of whether it's a funnel on ClickFunnels, wherever you're hosting your funnel, or Shopify, the conversion elements on that page remain the same. So, any page, anywhere you're setting up your page, it's important to go through this checklist. So what is the first thing a user feels when he or she lands on your store? Emotion plays a huge role in click-through rate and conversion. When someone first lands on your store, we only have a few seconds to capture their attention at most.
And to build on that, emotion is what gets people to open their wallet.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. What do users get in their mailbox when they subscribe to a list or place an order? So, yesterday we kind of chatted about the experience and how Disneyland delivers this amazing experience whenever you enter in the Disneyland world. When someone opts into your subscribers list, maybe they haven't even made a purchase, maybe they've seen your pop up or your add me to the list on the bottom of your store. So very crucial that your messaging, your branding is all congruent with your store. Just like how Disneyland is congruent in all of their messaging and everything that you do when you engage with Disneyland or Disney Plus. Follow-up is so crucial, especially when it comes to customer satisfaction and the lifetime value of a customer. That is absolutely true. The more special a customer feels, the more they will purchase. So making a customer feel special. Incentives to buy are a great way to bring customers back. Absolutely true. Whether those incentives are discounts or bundles or birthday emails or special events. How are users thanked when they perform an action such as making a purchase? Always want to thank that customer. Directly post-purchase, they land on the landing page. In our system, we use an app within Shopify for a customized thank you page. Make sure that they get a nice warm video welcome after the purchase so that they get that initial thank you. They get more connection with your store, with you as a store owner, so that they're comfortable to come back and want to buy again and again. What happens when a user lands on an out of stock product page? This happens.
We see it all the time.
Yep. A bad shopping experience turns into a lost opportunity. Yes. Turn a potential negative into a positive or send them to a related product they might be interested in. And that is something that the Shoptimize theme does a great job of doing. If there's a product that they land on that's no longer there, or if it's out of stock, the page will ask them, this product is temporarily out of stock. Would you like to leave your email so that you will get a reminder when the product is back in stock? Or if they've landed on a page a product that is no longer there, here are some similar type products that may interest you.
So that's another value add there in terms of just follow-up, right? Like a lost opportunity, turning it into an opportunity. And back a few steps, just talking about, the value in following up. We like to say the fortune is in the follow-up. So this builds upon that.
Yes, 100%. The fortune is in the follow-up, Christina. And that actually is a good leaping point to quickly chat about typical store conversions of sales are only 2, 3, maybe 4% of only 3 or 4 users out of the 100 that you initially send to your store are going to purchase. The fortune is in the follow-up and in your retargeting and in your email and in your messaging after they've landed on your page to get them back to buy. And so a big portion of our system is not only having that high converting ad up front and having them land on your page more engaged and ready to buy on your high converting store page, but to follow up with them properly on retargeting and omni-channel and omnipresent marketing system and staying in front of them, because the fortune is in the follow-up. So moving on, what happens if a user searches for a product that doesn't exist? What is your store set up to deliver relevant products if they're searching for something that isn't there? Another thing that Shoptimize takes care of for you.
So for those of you that jump in, that's a great bonus.
Yeah, absolutely. How much information is required to be filled out in order to complete a purchase? This is a big one. And on the marketing side, we think of the word friction. How much friction we want the customer to have to have a smooth process as possible. We want as little friction as possible. Everybody is so distracted in their world. We've got phone calls coming in, we've got text messages coming in, we have Facebook messages and WhatsApp messages, and then the TV's on and the kids are running around at the feed, and et cetera, et cetera. That's just my own life. So any little hiccup, any little thing that causes friction, or an additional keystroke, or that lack of trust, or that lack of social proof, anything that is adding to friction is going to result in less conversions. So one big one is how much information is required to fill out in order to complete the purchase. We want really to have as little information as is required to complete the purchase. So as little steps from point A to landing on your page to point B, checking out. Next, always require an email address for receipt of purchase and tracking emails, and building your list. Yes, 100%. As Christina, as you had mentioned just a short while ago, the fortune is in the follow-up. Building your email list is your highest return on investment that you are going to have in this whole business building endeavor.
Right. And that right here is a golden nugget, everybody. Being able to be in control of your customers' information, whether it be email, phone number, mailing address, that puts you in power of your own, your own Shopify destiny. You have full control over your traffic. So,
yes.
Like Amazon, how you order from Amazon. If you've ever had a shop on Amazon, they don't give you that info, right? They keep it with Amazon. So if you learn one thing today, that point of being able to get that email. Very powerful.
So very crucial, and it's becoming even more crucial as well as we move forward into this Apple iOS 14 update. And allowing iPhone users to opt out of marketing and being tracked by Facebook, which is going to limit a bit of the retargeting, obviously. But first, customer-owned or business-owned data is going to be even more and more crucial moving forward. Huge. And to layer on top of this, and you had mentioned Amazon just a moment ago, is that we provide value for Etsy sellers, because just like Amazon doesn't provide an email to an Amazon seller when they make a sale, Etsy does not provide that email to an Etsy seller either. They provide the address for that Etsy seller, but they don't provide the email for the Etsy vendor to build their email list. So I know Etsy vendors that actually request the email manually after purchase. They'll reach out, "Hey, John, thank you for your purchase on our store. Would you mind sending us your email so we can add you to our list?" Because it's not something that Etsy does by default. So what we do in our system is by making that sale off of Etsy, we're collecting that email address and building that list, and then we can actually share and help the list of that store owner grow. So we're building our business and building their business together. So moving on here to number 7, are they asked to enter in the same information twice anywhere? And then actually kind of goes back up to that friction. That's just adding whole another layer of friction, which we want to avoid. Shoppers don't like redundancy. Every step is an added potential to lose a shopper. Make it easy. Yes. How does your store convey trustworthiness and credibility? And this was a great point to bring up on that MEC lab sheet as well, including shipping policies, return policies, terms and conditions, and privacy policies. Those are all a must. Shopify has made it incredibly easy to add those things in and then tailor to our heart's desire. They just a couple clicks and those templates are ready to go. And then just make sure you add them in your footer navigation. And these things are assure potential customers that you are a legitimate and credible business. Can't do business without them. And then the way our system is set up too, how we integrate in with Google Merchant Center for Google Shopping, and making sure that our store is eligible to sell on those channels, we have to have these things dialed in. So, Google and Facebook obviously know the very important elements here. They require them. Google specifically requires them to even be on their merchant center for shopping. Does your site load quickly? Online shoppers have super short attention spans. Yes, that is true. Your store pages need to load quickly to keep them shopping. Recommend running page load tests, making sure less than 1.7 seconds. Yeah, there's a lot of studies out there about page load time, and for every second, it's so many percentage points off that just people bounce off. It's incredible. If your store doesn't load quickly, how much revenue and how many eyeballs you lose. And does your store reflect that you'll promptly ship the purchased products? Online shopping is a fragile exchange. No tangibility immediately. Customers need immediate assurance they made the right decision. That also goes into that customized thank you page where you're personally thanking them with a video. Give them peace of mind right away and have them in a positive state when judging the product. First impressions are huge. Yes, absolutely. And one of the powerful things about Shopify and the Shopify post-purchase tracking is Shopify just makes it better and better. They're constantly improving the customer experience, and being able to track their orders through the Shopify Shop app, which is just improved over the years. It's just incredible. And we're going to go into this post-purchase and promptly shipping and the messaging after a purchase. So you have an email sequence that goes out, what they can expect post-purchase, so that they know the timeline. Obviously, you have the timeline on your website of when they expect to be delivered, but also that post-purchase email sequence that keeps them at ease that they've purchased from a business that they're going to actually receive their product. Because I can assure you they have most likely a purchase from a store that they have not had a pleasant experience with.
So it's important to continue to communicate.
Yes. Communication is so huge. It is the name of the game, especially for lifetime customer value, repeat purchases. Even if something goes wrong and their shipment arrives late or arrives damaged or something in the journey happens as to where it's not the most ideal. As long as you are communicating, as long as you are staying in front of that person and keeping them in the know and there when they have questions, they're going to be happy and they'll want to buy from you again and forgive you if something really bad happened. Maybe a product was lost in the mail. Maybe it was shipped, it was personalized and the wrong name was on it. Maybe any number of factors. As long as you're there to communicate, rectify the situation, keep that communication going, they're going to become customers that want to buy from you again and again. So I'm going to share this Shopify store conversion checklist within the group as well. You guys will all receive this. And let's go back here. Shoptimize, the high converting Shopify theme. And what's cool about their landing page is they really talk about some elements that are included in their theme that go into the overall build. And so we don't have to worry about coding and development. And, when you think of the difficulty from way back, it really wasn't that long ago, just a few years ago, having to go through and create your own e-commerce store and get your store ready and all of these psychological elements and, testing buttons and colors and, where does the image go and where's the best place for my phone number? Where's the best place for my logo and all these things? have been tested and fleshed out and vetted, and they're all here for us to implement, which is, it's incredible. It's incredible. So let's just look over here to Shoptimize theme. It's a theme I've been using on all my stores for a number of years. And I know I mentioned earlier, anybody that comes into our mastery program, we'll get a free copy of Shoptimized here. And I encourage you to just go to shoptimize.net, and you can, come over here, even if you don't become part of our mastery program. I just recommend you come over here, and maybe you're not even going to use Shoptimized, which is, that's okay too if you like another theme, but just use this as a reference to go through your bullet points and your checklists of what your store should have, so that you know that you're designing and developing a store with high trust, high credibility, that know, like, and trust factor, all of the psychological elements that go into a landing page that lead to high conversions. So that when you're actually spending money on ads and driving people to your page, you're getting as many conversions as you possibly can get, and they're not being driven away because some key elements aren't there, that are swaying them away rather than swaying them towards clicking that add to cart button. So right here, the Shoptimize theme complies with every applicable recommendation of the Baymard Institute. The Baymard Institute created 5 benchmark databases from 300 site reviews, 1,883 web pages, and 12,784 best practice examples across 5 usability themes. So you better believe that there's been some research and testing involved. And you can read about the science behind persuading and Robert Cialdini, which you might be familiar with his books, Persuasion and Persuasion and Persuasion, I think I want to say. I don't know, I have them over here. Great books. If you guys, I'll highly recommend on the read list. And in our mastery program, we'll have our set of books to read for each one of our 9 steps. Robert Cialdini, Persuasion, amazing books. Even if you're not in the e-com space, or if you're in any other space, these are books that are just incredible.
Another big one is influence.
Yes, there you go. Influence.
Wow. I mean, he's got quite a few books that you've already discussed, but the other one too that's big is influence. So essentially it falls in line with everything we're trying to do, right?
Yes, precisely. Yeah, you're right. Influence, the psychology of persuasion. Yes. And so the Shoptimize theme fully embraces these time-tested principles: social proof, scarcity, and authority. And so the theme comes equipped with all sorts of different things, like urgency with a countdown timer. And just a brief note on countdown timers: I don't believe in fake scarcity. I don't believe in false scarcity. I think that too many e-com stores overuse it. It's overplayed. It's now become like a billboard in a sense. You become ad blind. I think that scarcity can be used and used effectively when actual scarcity is involved, whether that's time scarcity or inventory scarcity. Here you go. Scarcity with remaining stock, another element. How many are left? This another conversion boosting element. If you're selling worldwide, it will recognize via IP where they are in the world and change the flag of where they are, and more or less welcome them from their country. And then they can switch currencies. Get it by. We can let them know right on the page that they're going to get their product. And we chatted about in that the converting elements just a little bit ago, when they should expect their product. We can actually tell them on their product page here. Email pop-up, chatting about how important it is in order to collect your emails to build your list for you and your potential Etsy vendor with that email pop-up. Marketing integrations. Chatted earlier about how we integrate in with not only Facebook, but Google and Google Merchant Center as well as YouTube for omnipresent and omni-channel marketing. Risk reversal. This is a good one. If you're unhappy with your product, we'll take it back. Just let them know right out of the gate. Hey, you're making an investment into purchasing this product. If for any reason or no reason at all, you are unhappy with your product, we will take it back. So take away any reason for someone to say no. That's what we want to do. We want to take away any reason for someone to say no. Your value proposition theme includes some branding elements or some trust badges here for your value prop, which, easy shipping, secure ordering, satisfaction guaranteed, and returns. Video embedding. Of course, video is becoming more and more used and more popular, especially we're shopping online. We want to see a video of the product, see it in use, see it being gifted, see it being received, see it, all sorts of things.
All types of videos work. 'Cause we all see different videos, right? Different personalities, etc. So I want you to think, if you're thinking in your head right now, I can't get on video, don't do that. Because just know there's somebody out there that will connect with you and what you have to share by video. You don't have to be anybody else. You just be yourself.
Yep, that is very true. That is very true. You can sell personalized products here through the app or through the store, where we'll collect personalized information. All sorts of other conversion elements. Walks through here all the various conversion elements that the store goes through, from your 800 number to your logo to trust factors all throughout.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like remember paint by numbers.
Oh yeah. Yep, that's exactly right.
We're helped take the guesswork out of it.
Yeah. Remove all the guesswork. You don't have to think about any of these things that should go into your store. Free shipping bar, upsell pop-up, fully customizable call to action, cart page urgency with the countdown in their cart if you want to activate that. Cross sells that pop up if you have a relevant. We talk about our Michael Jordan product, and you're going to have products that are cross sells and upsells surrounding that high margin, high passion Michael Jordan product. So we can sell those as a pop-up. Skipping the cart, we can actually skip the cart in the store if we want to. Just go straight to checkout. So there's just so many features with this theme. I encourage anybody here to go to shoptimize.net. You'll see all of these conversion boosting features and all of these things. I don't want to go. I've already been going through them one by one, but you can most certainly do that. And I encourage you to do so. Just go to shoptimize.net and research all of these conversion elements. And whether you use Shoptimized or whether you use another, high converting theme or your own theme, just go through and glean and learn what they're doing here so that you can get those elements into your store. So let us come back here for one moment. We've covered MEC Labs and the 21 psychological elements that power effective web design. You will get that PDF in the store or in the group. We covered the Shopify store conversion checklist and Shoptimize, the high converting Shopify theme. Were there any questions that you see, Christina?
Let's see. Coming up, yep. Michael just posted a question. If you don't have an 800 number, should you use your regular number?
If you don't have an 800 number, I would use a phone number for sure. For sure. I would, there's a number of phone numbers that you can set up. You can even set up a Google Voice number. Any phone number to add that increased trust so someone knows that they can actually make a phone call into your company.
Mm-hmm. Or a grasshopper number that'll forward to your phone. But do keep in mind, if you do give out like your regular cell phone number, you're going to probably get more spam.
Yeah. I would set up a number on another service, whether it's Grasshopper, whether it's Google Voice, or if you came into our system, we would be able to provide a phone number that provides that automatic text back So if somebody calls in and no one is available, it'll automatically send a text message saying, hey, sorry, agent is tied up on the other line right now or busy with another customer. Is there anything I can help you with via text? I think we'll chat a little bit about that as a bonus in our Q&As. We'll make a note of that, Christina, because that's a huge benefit. Let's see here. Jason asks, so it sounds like I need to revamp my product list due to importing them from ZenDrop. I don't understand the concept of ZenDrop. What are they doing that AliExpress isn't? Apologies. Hey, not off topic at all. Jason, that is a great question. In fact, let me pop it up on the screen. So it sounds like I need to revamp my product list due to importing from ZenDrop. I don't understand the concept of ZenDrop. So ZenDrop, more or less, what they've done is they take the popular products from AliExpress, and then they have them in USA warehouses to ship from US-based sources. Now, I wouldn't necessarily eliminate all of your ZenDrop products from your store. If you spend a lot of time doing adding them to your store, customizing the descriptions, and making those descriptions pop, I wouldn't eliminate them from your store, but I wouldn't have them be my Michael Jordan product. I wouldn't have them be the product that I'm out there marketing, because a number of factors. One, there's so many others out there marketing the exact same product. It's tough to cut through the noise, and margins are very low. But also, when you were able to source a high passion, high converting, high margin product from an Etsy seller that becomes our Michael Jordan product, your other ZenDrop products on your store can become your upsells and your cross sells and things like that, as long as they are sourced from the United States and have fast shipping. I do not recommend selling anything from AliExpress whatsoever that is shipped from China. So if it's coming from a US-based store and they have guaranteed shipping from US warehouses, then I would keep those products on your store. If not, then I would put them in draft mode on your Shopify store. Hopefully that makes sense. And then, okay, Jason, I've paid for the Booster Kitchen Theme app. Will Shoptimized affect that? The Booster theme is a great theme as well. I think it has a lot of the same elements as Shoptimized, I want to say. I think it has a lot of the similar conversion elements that Shoptimized has. I haven't used Booster myself, but I know that it is, it touts itself as having all of those elements. So I can't speak with 100% certainty to the effectiveness of the theme. I've read their landing page and everything looks great. If you did use Shoptimized and added that to your store, what's cool about Shopify is it has more or less theme containers. So, you can upload a theme and it sits in its own container and it doesn't affect any other theme, and it doesn't affect the live theme on your store. So you can have a theme that sits in draft mode that you can develop in the background while your live theme is already ongoing. So you can have Shoptimized and it will not affect Booster theme whatsoever. Hopefully that helps to answer that. Okay, if anybody else has any questions, we've gone just about an hour, and just let us know in the comments here. We've covered these three things related to store readiness, and just so everybody knows where this fits in our 9-step system, going from overwhelmed and uncertain to $10,000 per month in profits and thriving. This is our $10K per month profit Shopify store roadmap to success. Today we covered stage 1, which is in foundation. Step number 2, conversion optimization for our store and those high converting elements that go into creating a high converting Shopify store. Yesterday we chatted about clarity and commitment, our bigger why, and our dual purpose, our dual mission. Tomorrow, I'm excited. We are going to chat about viral product curation. I know this is a very popular product, and this is how we got this. I mean, that is how we developed our system, and that is kind of the core and the pillar. of our whole system. So I am excited to share that tomorrow, because we are going to go out and find an awesome product, find a vendor that we can source from, and then hopefully that will be our Michael Jordan product.
Definitely. And I did notice I did not see any homework turned in.
No. Okay. No homework yet. All right, guys.
Turned in on the Facebook group page, your bigger why. So if you can still complete that, and please share. We're here to support each other. I want to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not gonna bite. We want to share and help you grow.
100%. And that's a great point, Christine. I didn't see any homework about people going through their bigger why. And that's like a step that I remember, you go through a course and you buy a Kajabi course, and maybe the first step is about, having the right focus or the right, mental, just getting everything in line with something that a lot of people skip. It is so critical and so critically important to get nailed down on your bigger why, to understand you personally and align yourself with a product, align yourself with a passion of your own, so that the challenges and frustrations that you encounter become nothing but small, tiny little puzzles that you have to figure out, and you will find a way to overcome them, rather than hit that roadblock and then go, I'm going to go find another opportunity. Mm-hmm. Well, this e-com thing isn't for me. I'm going to go build a list, and I'm going to do a digital marketing product. Mm-hmm. Or, this e-com thing isn't for me. I'm going to go become a YouTube star, or whatever it happens to be, of the 50 different emails that you receive trying to pitch you another thing each day. Mm-hmm.
Just to share, a couple more questions did come up. Michael, the slides will be available in the group. Okay. Cecile, not knowing how to share the homework, you can either download the PDF. If you have a program where you can write on the PDF, you can do that. You could simply print out the PDF and handwrite it in. And the easiest way to load that is just take a picture with your phone. You got the image, and then you can just share the photo in the group. That's what I do a lot personally. I'm like a hands-on paper person. I like to write it out, think about it, and then I'll take a picture, and then I'll share it that way. But if you do it and you have a PDF program and you can write on the PDF, you can save your finished product and you can upload it that way as well. So just to share that with you, or some of you may not want to print anything out. Just write it out on a sheet of paper. Take a picture of that and share it.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you can, or even write it out at home, and that's for your personal, but then come back into the group and just write a post and type it in. Say, hey, here's my bigger why. Just type it in, Cecile. And just let us know, what your passion is, what is it within you that is driving you to take the next steps in order to grow your store, whether it's for you, your family, and let us know. All right, guys. So I think we'll hop off for now. Let's just do a little recap of what to expect tomorrow, because we're going to go over viral product curation. Tomorrow is day 3 of our mini group. This is, a limited time pop-up group. So these videos will not be available forever. We're only going, 9 days, 10 days, sharing as much as we can from our system, from our steps here. Those that decide to enter into our mastery program will have access to not only these videos, but much deeper, in-depth training as through our system and our course. If anybody has any interest in joining that program and finding out what it's all about, just go ahead and send us a message through the group, and we'll be happy to schedule a Zoom and see if it's the right fit for you. Tomorrow, we're chatting about viral product curation, and then let me just come back over here. Then we're going to go into Facebook ads, Google and YouTube, really getting omnipresent, omni-channel going, and then we're going to Q&A. And just really looking forward to continuing on our work here. If anybody has any questions whatsoever, always just drop a comment in the group, reach out to Christina or myself. We are happy to answer any questions. Everything that we're sharing here today will go into the group, all the PDFs, all the slides, everything that we have going on. So I'll leave it at that for now. And Christina, I'll let you have the last word and send us home.
All right, everybody, just a reminder, take what you learned today, compare against, what you currently have out there, if you already have a Shopify store, and rest up because tomorrow's a big day.
That's right. Awesome, Christina.
And a pen. Old school.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Christina. Had a great time. I will see everyone tomorrow. If not in between then, if you have any questions. Okay. Bye for now. Oh.